when is it okay to flirt and when is it too much, particularly in the workplace? Elizabeth Bernstein, she's our Bonds columnist. She's been writing about this and she's joining us from Miami, as is on set. I had to bring him in, Elizabeth. I'm sorry to say, Simon Constable, the host of the News Hub, master flirter. That's what he's also known. You can you can speak in a minute.
To hear you say that.
Elizabeth gets to weigh in first. Elizabeth, people flirt for reasons other than just romance. They flirt to get what they want. Isn't that right?
It's very hard to understand. We flirt, it turns out, for 6 different reasons. Some of them are just to make ourselves feel better, make someone else feel better, but also we flirt to get things we want, and that could be happening in the workplace a lot.
And Elizabeth, very quickly before we bring in Simon, do men and women flirt differently?
They do, and in fact, they actually interpret flirting differently. So men will appreciate very overt sexually flirting, but they also read signals. They're not very good at subtlety. So sometimes I think women are interested when they're not.
You heard it, Simon. Men are not very good at subtlety. Defend yourself.
I'm sure they're not. That will be a general thing. Some men obviously are different from some women. Right. I think that's the key there. I'm shocked that you think I'm flirtatious. But
do you flirt to get things that you want, but not necessarily just going after, say, a woman, but if you are at a counter like a restaurant, you want to get a better seat, do you flirt with a waitress? Do you flirt with someone at the airline counter to get yourself a better seat?
This presumes I flirt at all, right?
Let's just work with that assumption.
Let's work with that assumption. No, it's fun. It's fun. It's just fun. And it's just fun, and you know. For
you it is.
For me it is. Maybe it's for nobody around me. I don't know. But
now, Elizabeth, you talked to some people who flirted, and they actually had some pretty bad reactions against it. Walk us through some of those.
They really got themselves in trouble. I mean, I talked to a woman who just went to her local pub and hung out and was having fun, and then found out later 2 of her neighbors came down to her workplace downtown. This is downtown Seattle. Two suburban neighbors came down and said, "Hey, you know, we hear you've been flirting. This really doesn't look good for you." So she was really humiliated, thinking, you know, I was just out having fun with my friends.
Interesting. I mean, so as part of what it's all about consequences. I mean, Simon, isn't it true? I mean, you have to sort of know what the consequences are going to be with someone who you flirt with. I mean, I try to not do it with somebody I think is going to misinterpret it. If there's any chance they're going to misinterpret it, I don't want to do it.
Absolutely. And you shouldn't. If someone's going to misinterpret it or someone's not having fun, then don't. And I'm surprised at that result that Elizabeth was talking about when this lady's friends went down there and started giving her a hard time. Giving her a hard time about that, because you know she went out for the evening, had some fun, and nobody was the worse off for it. So what's wrong with that?
Because I think sometimes, and Elizabeth, let me bring you back into this. That like, let's say you're a woman at a party and you flirt with a man, and then he's got a wife there. She walks up, she's not happy about it. There are consequences to this. Even if you don't mean any harm, you could still inflict harm.
You could inflict harm, but also you have to know not just the person you're flirting with. They may not want to flirt, but also they may take you seriously, and that's another problem too. So you have to understand, if you're just flirting for fun and that person takes you seriously, you've got a whole other problem on your hands. And another problem is, what about your significant other?
Exactly.
So you really should think.
No, that's a very good point. I mean, how is your significant other? It may be just sort of natural to you. You don't mean anything by it, but your significant other can feel bad. Simon.
Some people are just naturally flirtatious.
That's true.
That's just the way they are, and they are that way with everybody. I think the problem, and if someone is that way, you know it. You know it as soon as you meet them. They're that way with everybody, and there's no problem. It's when people are selectively flirtatious that significant others can get upset, right?
That's a very good point.
I mean, I got some friends who that's just the way they are.
No, it's true.
And you can't.
Like, I'm a touchy person. Like, I'm touching Simon right now. I don't mean anything by it. I love you, but I don't mean anything by it. People can misinterpret that. Elizabeth, before we leave the segment, give us a couple of quick guidelines on how to flirt without it being too dangerous.
Well, I think the biggest thing is context. You have to know who you're flirting with and have some kind of relationship with that person, and understand that it's not, you know, what they're going to think about it. And then touching is probably not a great idea. You probably want to not touch.
I'm in trouble now. I just touched Simon. I did it on air. It's there for the record.
You're always in trouble.
I'm always in trouble. Yeah. All right, good advice by you, Elizabeth Bernstein. Thanks for being with us, Simon. I guess I can't blow you a kiss now. Goodbye, right?
Apparently not.
I'm doing it anyway. I don't care. All right. Thanks, Elizabeth.